As we celebrate Black History Month and gear up for Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, students at University of Houston are stepping into history literally. It stems from a course offered at U of H inspired by Beyonce's Cowboy Carter album. Digital producer Jaisha Johnson is taking the course and brings us weekly deep dives into the topics. This week, Jaisha and the students hit the dance floor to explore the rich traditions of Black communities in the American West.
And it's been an experience of a lifetime. First time ever doing it, and I fell in love with it. And I know moving forward, it's going to help me more be focused into the material that I'm learning.
A lot of fun. Jaisha is joining us live in Studio A this morning to talk more about the class, and which was inspired by Beyonce's album. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming in. I love having this conversation once a week. I look forward to it. Talk to us about this past week and getting out there on the dance floor and the connection that it has to her music, but also Black culture and community.
Okay, so first, the connection with Beyonce. So we know the Houston Rodeo is coming up, and people are going to be line dancing. So it kind of gets you ready for that. And even better, it helps connect to the class, because this week we talked about cowboys. And if you know cowboys and line dancing is like, it connects.
It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, hand in hand. So it really allowed the students to really just get in and feel and learn the history in a different way.
How's your skills? How are your skills since taking the class?
I realized I'm not that well coordinated. It took me a little longer.
It's a little challenging, right?
It is.
Yeah.
2 left feet.
But it's a lot of fun.
It is. It was.
It's a lot of fun. You mentioned the word cowboy. Talk to us about the origin of the word cowboy.
Oh yes, it was very interesting to learn the origins of the word. So, a lot of the early cowboys were Black and they were enslaved. So these men were working as like cattle wranglers in a sense. So they would be called boy as like a derogatory term because they were men. So that's where the word cowboy originates from.
With that, you know, that's just one challenge, right? Based upon perception and feeling and emotion to degrade someone almost, right? Using a term boy or when they're men. Talk to us about the challenges these Black cowboys faced in the American West.
So the cowboys would like take cattle from ranches to different areas. Like a lot of times they would start right here in Texas and go to other places. So they would have to face like weather, dust storms, and even like wild animals like coyotes, snakes, and things like that. And aside from like the natural aspects, it would be outlaws, people that could come and try to steal their cattle, or even sometimes they would be riding with money. So people that would try to rob them. So it was a lot of different elements for them to be aware of.
Throughout the month here at KPRC2, we're shedding light on moments, right, throughout the Black culture and community during our Black History Month coverage. And yesterday we had the opportunity to talk to KPRC2's Keith Garvin about Black cowboys. Little did we know, 25% of cowboys back then were Black cowboys. And so we talked about, you know, why do we not know about this, right? Why do we not know? 25%, that's quite significant. And so he talked about representation, and ultimately a lot of it goes back on Hollywood. And when we think about the old Western movies and shows, we did not see Black cowboys, right? We did not see that present in those films on the big screen. And so it was an interesting correlation to learn about and to think on how we got to where we are today, and dismissing a whole faction of history when it comes to that cowboy culture. I want to talk specifically about one of Beyonce's songs on this album. And there's a lyric, there's a line in there on one of the songs. What song is this?
Sweet Honey Buckin'.
Sweet Honey Buckin'. And she says, "We don't need highways, we can take back roads." Talk to us about the significance of what this means.
So that that particular lyric is very significant because it kind of shows the erasure of Black cowboys in history. So specifically, my professor talked about yesterday, during rodeos, Black cowboys weren't allowed to perform during the actual rodeo. So one of the writers referred to them as shadow riders because they would perform before or after the rodeo, and sometimes, most of the times, clean up after it. So they were there, but they weren't necessarily present. So that line kind of shows that, like, the back roads or taking the back seat in media or representation. So that's why that line is so significant.
Throughout these lessons, do we often hear of Black cowboys actually being the teachers in situations, teaching white men on how to do the job?
It was more so like one and the same, like being equal and like being there.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure in some of those settings they probably would be teaching.
Throughout the song, Sweet Honey Bunkin', what sticks out to you most about all of the lyrics? What resonates with you?
So what sticks out to me most is like the line where she was like, I'm coming home. And she also mentions like rodeos and trail rides. And that was significant because it's Beyonce, and we all know Beyonce is a Houston native. So it's just like, it's just all connected because you also have Beyonce breaking her way into country music. So it's like they all coincide with the history and things of that sort.
Okay, Jaisha Johnson, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it. If you want to keep up with Jaisha's Cowboy Carter Chronicles, head on over to our website, clicktohouston.com. Again, every Wednesday, Jaisha is publishing a new article on the latest lesson. It's posted again every week on clicktohouston.com. Head on over there. That's where the conversation continues. Jaisha, again, thank you. And thank you for being with us. We're back in just a moment.